Hello and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be making my predictions for the 2026 US House elections as of July 2025. So going into the 2026 midterms, back in 2024, the Republicans did win the House of Representatives, albeit by a very narrow majority. The Republicans won 220 seats and the Democrats won 215, and you need 218 seats for a majority. Now, looking at some of the very competitive races, if the Democrats had won Iowa's 1st congressional district, Colorado's 8th congressional district, and Pennsylvania's 7th congressional district, the Democrats would have won House control in 2024. So if you had shifted just these three districts by 1 percentage point, the Democrats win control of the House. But obviously that didn't happen, and Republicans did win House control by 5 seats. So looking at the congressional generic ballot right now, what we have is that Democrats are currently leading in the polling average for Congress by 2.7 percentage points. And this is pretty important because, remember, back in 2024, Republicans won the national popular vote by 1.5 percentage points. So if Democrats are leading by 2.7 points right now, what that is that's a 4.2% swing towards Democrats from 2024 to 2026. And obviously the midterms are a long time away from today. It's July 2025. The midterms are in November 2026. We are just over 15 months away, 15 and a half months away from the midterms. So again, the midterms are a long time away from now, so a lot can change from now and November 2026. The generic ballot could favor Republicans more, or it could shift even further towards Democrats. If you'll remember, back in 2018, Democrats won the generic ballot, the popular vote, by 8.6 percentage points. Right now, they're only leading by 2.7 percentage points. But again, that would be a swing of 4.2 percentage points towards the Democrats. And let's say we take the 2024 House election results and we shift those results by 4.2 percentage points based off what the generic ballot currently stands at. So let's shift every race from 2024 by 4.2 percentage points. The Democrats would win House control, and they would win 229 seats to the Republicans' 206. So the Democrats would flip 14 seats compared to what they had in 2024, and the Republicans would lose 14 seats. Now, I'm not going to make my prediction directly based off of a uniform shift in every district. I did things a little bit differently. So again, going back to the 2024 map, I sort of worked off of this map and I went into every single individual House district and I made my prediction as of July 2025. And I came up with this map where Democrats win 226 House seats and Republicans win 209 House seats. Democrats would flip 11 districts and the Republicans would lose 11 districts. Now, this map right here makes things a little bit clearer. All the solidly blue districts are districts that Democrats would win in 2024 and they would hold in 2026. All of these solidly red districts are districts that Republicans won in 2024 and they would hold in 2026. And the light blue districts are districts that Republicans won in 2024, but Democrats would flip in 2026. And again, there are 11 of these districts. Now, where do these districts come from? 3 of them are in the state of Pennsylvania. 1 of them is in Virginia. 2 of them are in Iowa. 1 in Wisconsin. 1 in Nebraska. 1 in Colorado. 1 in Arizona. And 1 in California. Now, these are all districts that Republicans carried by a fairly narrow margin in 2024. And specifically, if we take a look at some of these districts, for example, California's 41st district, I have flipping to the Democrats. Ken Calvert, the incumbent Republican, carried this district by 3.5 points in 2024. In Arizona, David Schweiker won by less than 4 points in Arizona's first district. I have this district flipping to the Democrats. In the state of Colorado, in Colorado's 8th district, this was one of the closest races in 2024. Republican Gabe Evans defeated Democratic incumbent Yadira Caravello. I have Gabe Evans losing in the 8th district of Colorado. In Nebraska's 2nd congressional district, incumbent Republican Don Bacon won by nearly 2 points, even though Kamala Harris carried Nebraska's 2nd congressional district by over 4 points. I expect the national environment to be even bluer in 2026, and Don Bacon is retiring from the House of Representatives, so the Republicans lose their best possible candidate for this district, and this is a district that Kamala Harris won, and I expect it'll be even bluer in 2026. It's a perfect pickup opportunity for Democrats. Now, in Iowa, I have 2 districts flipping to the Democrats. Iowa's 1st district, Marionette Miller Meeks, won a very narrow race here in 2024. She won by 0.19%. And back in 2022, Miller Meeks, she did win by 7 points, but in 2020, she only won this race by 6 votes. Look at how narrow this margin is. And she also had a very narrow margin in 2024. I think with even a slight shift towards Democrats in 2026, I think Miller Meeks is slated to lose re-election as of now. And I do think in Iowa's 3rd district, Republican Zach Nunn is probably going to lose re-election. And interestingly enough, in Iowa's 4th district, Randy Feenstra is retiring from the House of Representatives to run for governor. And so what Zach Nunn wanted to do is he wanted to switch districts to the 4th district so that he could easily coast to re-election. But he met with Donald Trump, and Trump told him, no, I want you to run in the 3rd district. With an incumbent there, you give us a better shot at winning this district. So Republicans are definitely scared of losing this district, and I do think this district would flip to the Democrats next year. Now going on over to Wisconsin, Wisconsin's 3rd district in 2024, Trump won here by double digits, but Derek Van Orden only won here by less than 3 percentage points. And this is a district that Van Orden, he has consistently underperformed in. In 2022, he only won by less than 4 percentage points in a year that was favorable to Republicans. And I do think 2026 is the year that Derek Van Orden goes down in Wisconsin's 3rd congressional district. Now going on over to another district that I think will flip to the Democrats. It is Virginia's 2nd congressional district. Now this is a district that has a heavy military presence, and back in 2020, or really 2016, if we go all the way back, Virginia's 2nd district, Republicans won here by 23 points. But then in 2018, Democrats, Elaine Luria, the Democrat, she flipped this district by over 2 points. That's over a 25-point swing towards the Democrats in just 2 years. That is ridiculous. In 2016, if anyone told you that in 2018 the Republicans would lose Virginia's 2nd district, they would have called you crazy. And rightfully so, but we saw a huge shift towards Democrats in the 2018 midterms here. In 2020, Luria won by nearly 6 points. In 2022, we had redistricting. Jen Kiggins did beat Elaine Luria by just over 3 points. And in 2024, she won by just under 4 points. Now, State Senator Aaron Rouse, a strong Democratic candidate, looks like he is likely going to run for Virginia's 2nd congressional district. And I do think that Democrats stand a very good shot at winning this district. Now, finally, we have 3 districts in Pennsylvania. These are all 3 of these districts, the 8th district, the 7th, and the 10th, I think will all flip to Democrats. Now in 2018, Democrats did win the 8th and the 7th fairly comfortably. They lost the 10th by less than 3 points. And then in 2020, they still held on to both of these districts, and the 10th they lost by a decent amount. And then in 2022, you've got a similar story, but then in 2024, Donald Trump carries Pennsylvania by nearly 2 percentage points. Republicans narrowly flipped the U.S. Senate seat here, and Democrat Matt Cartwright loses re-election, and Susan Wild loses re-election, albeit both by very narrow margins, 1.6 percentage points and 1 percentage point. But in the 10th district, Scott Perry, he only clings on by 1.3 percentage points. Remember, in 2022, Scott Perry won by nearly 8 points. But in 2024, even as the nation got redder, Perry won by a lot less. He won by just over a percentage point. I think Scott Perry is in serious danger of losing in 2026. Not to mention that on the top of the ballot, incumbent Democratic Governor Josh Shapiro will be on the ballot. He won by 15 points in 2022, and I imagine he's going to win re-election very easily in 2026. And that should definitely help push Democrats over the top in these 3 congressional districts. So again, I do have the Democrats flipping 11 congressional districts and winning a 226 to 209 seat majority and flipping House control and denying the Republicans 2 more years of a trifecta in Washington, D.C. And if you wanted another look at my individual race ratings by margin, here it is. All these solid districts, the safe districts, those would be won by 10 points. The likely districts would be won by 5 to 10 points. The lean districts, 1 to 5 points. And the tilt districts, less than a percentage point. So if you guys did enjoy, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so that you don't miss a future upload. Feel free to comment video suggestions and your thoughts, and I will see you all in the next video.